Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Nexus BSS. As you have probably kind of deducted already, I'm not Josh. This week we are shuffling the roster, and so the also the quality of the editing or the setup might be a bit different, but we are here and we're here with a special guest. We have Alberto, who is fresh from his win in Milan. But before that, let's do a round of check-ins. Harry, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Been nice and busy. My cousin got married a couple days ago. My brother's getting married tomorrow, and then more wedding stuff on Friday. So I'm in a hotel in Stratford at the moment, living it up. Wi-Fi's not free, so if I cut out a bit, then blame Travelodge. But we move, all good. How about you, Karen? How's it going?
Good, good. Just busy working and playing Battle Spirits on the weekends whenever I can. That's literally the life, by the way. It's just work, 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 work. Weekends play Battle Spirits, work, 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 work. But yeah, kind of boring. We have a special guest, Alberto, today. How are you?
Hi, thank you. It's all good. Work so hard every week and play in the night every TCG's games and especially the Build Up to Spirits.
I think we're all on the same page there. Just work and battle spirit at this time. But Alberto,
Yeah, not life.
yeah, exactly. Alberto, thank you so much for joining. As we said, like you won the Milan Grand Tour, so let's start from there. Actually, let's take a step back because this was the first Italian official Bandai event. We have seen, you guys have organized, I believe, in Parma a few months back, a kind of like regional event with a lot of players. I think around like 60 or more. That was
365.
right. That was fantastic. And this past weekend, like 2 weekends ago, during this Grand Tour, we had around 80 players. So that speaks volume, I think, for the Italian community. There was like the majority of players were Italian. And obviously you're plugged into the Italian community. We just want to ask you, like, how's the Italian community? Like, how are things, with the news of the new competitive season? Do you see like more, less Italian players? How do how's the feeling there?
So uh, in this month, a lot of Italian player want to do uh, a tournament, but Bandai don't make a tournament for every month. But we have strong communities that love the game, and everyone works so much together, plays together, and we talk about the, of the game by in Telegram, and I think the love of the Battle Spirits. Uh, Battle Spirits game, Battle Spirits anime, from the first Battle Spirit from the Japan, uh, is
It's still
the
there.
tower.
Yes, the power
Yeah,
is
is
still
the
there.
tower.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
every
tower that bring the game in Battle Spirit Saga, and la colonna
that
portante non so.
makes yeah, that makes it work. See, I think every single Italian players I played in Milan, when I asked like if they played the original Battle Spirit, they all did, I think. And yeah, it seems like they all, you know, many of them told me like when I was a kid, I was watching the anime, I was playing the game, and now it's coming back. It's just the best thing ever. So there is still
I'm
that.
one of
You're
I'm
one
one
of
of
them.
them.
Yeah, it's super strong. I don't think, like, personally, I obviously I grew up in Italy. I left when I was 22. I'm just too old right now. I've never seen it in TV. But Harry, Kieran, have you seen the anime? Like, was it televised in the UK? Oh,
No.
No,
have you
it
ever
wasn't.
checked it out?
It
No.
wasn't when I lived in Asia either. I don't think, or maybe I just wasn't cool enough to get those channels. But yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
I checked out the anime like a year or two ago, and the CGI just looked really bad, so I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
Maybe 10, 15 years ago it was good.
yeah.
But-
15 years ago is good.
It's like OG
A little-
Digimon.
yeah. But we have Alberto, and I want to ask, like, why do Italians not travel? They never come.
Where?
To like any European event.
I don't know. I when I can, I go. I went to all events, but I think the Italian don't spend so much money to travel, or for personally secure, personally trust there's ability. I think, and I don't know.
I think it's more like the UK, right? Because you need a passport, and because in like Holland, in Holland there was a few more.
exactly.
Yeah, I think Italians
Yeah.
don't like to have a passport. Like
In the first Grand Open, 2025 Italian played in the events in
Karlsruhe.
Eindhoven.
Yeah, no,
Karlsruhe. I think.
Karlsruhe.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
Yeah, I think like there was like 3 in top 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
I wore my Milan shirt that day, and I got a lot of
Oh, really?
Italian compliments. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I remember I was already in so there's a big Telegram group chat. I was already in that group chat. I couldn't make it to the German Grand Open, but a lot of you guys have met, and it's been great to see like the the community stay strong in this last year. Obviously in Milan we went out. There was like 30 people almost out for dinner on the Saturday. And then also we went out, but Alberto was too locked in. He was too locked in. He went back, and then he finished the job on the Sunday. But yeah,
I made the job also for Ari.
yeah, you slapped for him as well. So how do you feel? How do you feel about your win? Like obviously, like you gave us like deck profile. So there's a Alberto's deck profile on our channel. Go watch it. But yeah, we're curious to know how you're feeling after the win. What are your thoughts on the deck? So you built it with other players. So yeah, if you can just let us know, how you feeling right now.
Yeah, obviously, I was very happy because I top a lot of tournament of Battle Experience, but I never win one tournament, and finally I won a tournament, and I was very happy. No other words to describe it. Um, very emotional, very good. It's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Does it feel good to win in your country?
Yeah, because a lot of people call me the Toro of Castellarano, the Bull of Castellarano, and but a very bull win, and finally I win, because I'm very happy. Now it's incredible.
Okay, so what's better, top 8 at Worlds or winning Milan Grand Tour?
Ooh.
It's difficult for the pricing, obviously top 8 in the awards, but for the honor of the I think yeah, X person top in the tournament, X person top in the tournament, but I think win the tournament is different than top. I I think it's better for the position uh, for the trophy. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the trophy that it's not there. We wish we had nice trophies at tournaments,
The
but you
yeah,
won
the honor,
yeah, the honor, the glory.
the
Um
glory. Yeah.
so you won with there's been like some controversials I've seen on Twitter. Some people were mad that that deck was called an Ira deck, or some people were mad that it wasn't called an Ira deck. So can you tell us about this deck, like how it came to be, and yeah, what are your thoughts on it? Like, would you change anything after the tournament?
Well, also, is it an Ira deck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Allora, probably yeah, is a Ira deck, but Ira is easier because all package for Ira, Servant, and Nova, because I think this package is the best in the game actually, because I can use it in every deck. In in this case, is splashable, I think, but obviously in a core red base deck is better, and Ira obviously is a beast, a king. I think you
Hmm.
play this, remove all spirits, draw a card, you make a draw power, the destroying power. No sense, no other words. This combo in this deck, in this deck, it work very hard, very hard, because um, we have a very strong ramping base core in the deck, because the three costs like Worker Ant-Man, Nexus with the 7 cost, then when we play we ramp, when attack we ramp. We have a lot of ramping um, in the deck that is the same when I use Big Bang Energy, and I play Andromeda, and I play Ira, and I play Nova. We, in this deck we ramp. There is no combo, but very strong and controlling the ball. And when we can aggro, then when I go against Hydra, then the first target of the deck is Hydra, because when we can limited the eye roll of Hydra, and we can beat them when aggro, and when you use Alti Field, there is no sense. Alti Field alone and take the control of Hydra. It can't destroy your spirits, and you can use your spell when we use Lighthouse, like Thorn Prison. Then that is very good against Hydra, because when we don't have free spirits, it can stop the Hydra. Or when we have the 7 cost evasion, we can use that in Swift, tap Hydra and block it with 1 card. We use 1 turn, like a Ice Shield, I think.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that card, that 7 drop. I think it is Kieran's favorite. It's definitely one of my favorite. Um, it like from what you're saying, red and green seems like a great um, you know, color combination. One
Yeah.
being red gives you the distraction, gives you the draw, and green gives you the ramp and gives you the swift, essentially. So I think you
Yeah.
guys used it super well. Um, I think we went through the list last time, but is there anything, Harry or Kieran, that you want to ask Alberto on that list? Anything
I
came
actually want
to
to ask
mind?
Harry something, because in
Mm.
the last round of Swiss, obviously, Harry, you played against Alberto. So you played against the list with Ira, so it was Ira versus Willy Ira. So I want to know kind of your thoughts, like how was it playing against Alberto's Willy Ira deck? Did you even know all the cards? Like how was it?
I definitely didn't know all the cards. I think Alberto will recall me making a pretty
Yeah.
bad misplay in game 3, not knowing the 6 drop got a stat buff. on block.
Mm.
But still, yeah, I mean, the deck was really cool, was really interesting. Again, I think Alberto will recall I mulliganed all 3 games. Like I didn't have the best openings, but still, it
Our good friend Harry froze for a second.
was
oh,
it was
there you
very
go.
punishing to play against in the early game, particularly with the very quick. I'd cut off a bit.
You did, but it caught up on this.
Is
on
the
stream,
Premier in
so-
lag that is happening?
Yeah.
Trust me.
Alberto, I'd be
I
good
I
to
wanted
know.
to. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I just kind of want to know, like, what do you think between Ira versus really Ira? Like, what do you prefer?
Allora, I in probably I prefer Willy Ira because uh, Ira is very strong in against the deck where we can where where using Will we have a mid 50% of win rates like
Mm.
like yellow that we can destroy the nexuses and yellow when goes to uh, take the control, put a paradise, and cathedral is very strong. No sense ramping a lot of cards in the end. And with this deck, we can destroy we can take the control of the board, but we can push. Ira destroyed everything. Is the difference. But against the Hydra, Hydra is more difficult to play because when I play a lot of Hydra, but I win a lot against Hydra. But a lot of time, Hydra Hydro, and when I can see the right cards, I can beat them. It's a one right match.
Is that the same for you, Harry? Like when you play against Hydra against Ira? I mean, you got high rolled by Hydra in top 8, right? That's what you lost to.
I did, yeah, but the 2 I played in Swiss didn't high roll, and it was more comfortable. So yeah, I would I'd probably agree with that assessment. And I was gonna ask on the 7 drop in particular, the green 7 drop, because I was thinking about I was talking to Karen about it on the day actually. I was considering siding it or the Hydra matchup, even just in normal Ira, as it does get the two green reduction. It can come in, tap the thing down straight away. So Alberto, did you have that interaction go on throughout the day?
I think to play the 7 drop in the Ira deck. First, I play Will. That I think 2 copies is good in a deck because five uh, 5 core there are not so much in in this charging case in a specific case, but no over 2 copies because those after bricks.
Mm.
But in
It's
this
it's
deck,
really
Did you have it against Hydra at all down, or
yeah, against Hydra,
in that
yeah,
situation where they're swinging?
yeah. I
it,
think
it
is very good. I all alone destroy Hydra. I think. Obviously, we can set up in a good position because one card don't beat one deck, but help you so much.
I mean, also Alberto, why no Nexus removal in the main deck? None, 0.
Yeah, because we tried to play Andromedas, but the the objective of the deck there is no controlling the board, com- controlling the games, but make opponent in a position that if I don't swarm, he tap all my spirit and go aggro. But if he swarm, I play Ira and remove all of that, all of them. Is a is not a good position for my opponent when he say what to do with the deck.
Mm. I think a
Because
lot of people probably didn't really understand what was happening. They sit down, they play against you, they see maybe Rubius, Canyon, they think Ira, they see the 3 drops, they don't know what's going on. Then they play then you play the 7. You know, you win because they don't know what's going on. Like Hari, for example. You know, picking up every card probably, having to read everything, every interaction.
yeah.
I mean, it kind of brings me on. I guess this is like a bit of a segue to the next part, but a lot of people in the community about the ban list, people would say, for Ira, you ban Big Bang Energy because the card's too strong. But then you win an event with no Big Bang Energy. So how do we balance the game?
I think that in this deck, the Will card is the core of the deck. The Will and Nexus make no sense because one Nexus
is that
that
your Big Bang?
yeah, it's like a Big Bang. When I put it in the board, I have every spirit in my deck discount of 2.
Yeah,
Like
let's remind. I'll put it on the screen, but like it's a 4 cost 2 reduction and level 1 with 0 cores. When you play a villain card, it counts as 2 symbols, right? 1 red, one green.
Mm.
So
It's
pretty
just
much
the card as well. Yeah, not spirit, just any card. It's really good.
yeah, because it take spirits and Nexuses. But because when we put a Will, we can play Will or Marinexus for 2, only 2. Marinexus, when we have a Will spirit, cost 1, in fact, because you ramp and we take a core. It's very good.
And also, it can become Volcanic Canyon when you want it to be, because you can turn it off. You can take off the cores. And Hari, you played a lot of Ira. Sometimes you have the 2 Volcanic Canyons down, and they just keep drawing, and you have no kind of control because you can't stop it.
Yeah, exactly. We can draw only when we want. Yes, is more expensive than the volcanic, but if we not we don't draw like volcanic in against Hydra that milieu, we can only use that for the first effect. I think like Scorched Battlefield.
It's very interesting to see like the different interactions in the deck, and to Kieran's point, I found myself reading a lot of the cards. So in that, like, I was curious, like, was this deck the only one that you had prepared and in mind? Because obviously you played the store regional the week before, and you played a normal Ira, but like leading up to this event, like what were your options? Did you have this and maybe you had another Eva deck, or you had a yellow deck maybe? Like what was your like decision making like?
No, if I don't play Will, probably I want to use Ira, because I think Ira is a deck. It's not a rival deck in certain spot, in a specific spot, but it's a deck that a skill, the player skill works so much other than Hydra, because Hydra eye roll. Everyone can eye roll, but Ira is a very controlled deck, and if you miss a play, you are punished. Hydra, yeah, you can punish, but you make these plays, and okay, the opponent see Hydra and say what you want, what we want to do. Ira, I think, is better. I prefer.
It's
There
more
is
consistent. Yeah, it's more
more
consistent.
consistent. Dragon. I love Dragon.
That makes
I mean,
sense.
the deck has everything, right? It has draw power, Nexus removal, board wipe, 9 life, big, but it has everything.
Double symbols.
Yeah,
And
We do.
if you play really Ira, you also have ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same.
We
In
do
Wheel
see
deck
this in
we
terms of
can
result.
yeah.
Mm.
That's very good.
What were you, what were
We're
you
just
saying,
gonna
Harry?
Excuse me.
flag off Hydra a bit more. Well, there were like 40 Hydra in the room, and I think like 5 of them got top. And I was discussing it with some of the Hydra players on the day, and they say that as Alberto said, it is very high rolly. And if you have an 80-man tournament where there's 40 Hydra, then yeah, you're gonna get 4 in top 8. But the Ira seems to be coming out on top in terms of the ones that are actually winning the tournament. So yeah, agree with your sentiment on that matter, Alberto.
Should we talk about problematic cards now, Emmy?
I mean, yeah, because like we're talking about how dominant Ira is, like in its pure form with Star Dragon, and now with the Villa deck. It just feels like really having a card or like a combo of cards that like completely shuts down the opponent, no matter like how many like different things get printed. I think is warrants like a conversation at least. So why don't you kick it off, Kieran, since you have a background that kind of is a bit of a statement.
Well, this is the all the ban cards. I mean, I think it depends if you're Bandai what you want to do, because Evangelion came out and the decks are really fun. Evangelion is really fun to play. All the decks feel really fun. The Vili deck's very fun. Ava 01's really fun. Angels is fun. But as a deck by themselves, they're not Ira or Hydra. They're good, but they're not Ira or Hydra. I actually think Evangelion is probably a bit better than Hydra because AT Field is really good. If you've ever played the purple Ava 01 deck, that deck can beat Hydra very easy. Very, very, very easy. It's not hard because you have AT Field, you have Deadly Balance, Doubly Deadly, Core Theft, very easy. But Ira is still a problem. Now, obviously, Set 5 is coming out very soon. 1 month. Less than a month. Like 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And as you said, Emmy, Ira has won, I think, the last 3 events, 4 events, back to back to back to back. So, when this was happening, a lot of us in the community, we said maybe because Bandai they don't ban Boss Monster. They never ban the Boss Monsters. So when they banned Oviraptordon, they said it's because they don't want to ban Giganorex because he's a Boss Monster. So I don't think they will. I don't think they'll ban Ira, and I don't think they'll ban Hydra. So you look at the other cards. For Ira, I mean, I spoke to Hari about this. One of the strongest cards in Ira is Big Bang Energy. That card just lets you vomit your hand. And the problem with Big Bang Energy is there's no counterplay. If you attack them and they have the cards, you lose. If you don't attack them, they have the reduction. They can still play it and vomit their hand. So it's luck. But Alberto goes and wins an event with no Big Bang Energy. So it kind of defeats that logic. Like, if you want a weak Ira, maybe you ban Big Bang, but then Alberto goes and wins and doesn't play Big Bang. So it's hard. For Hydra, I guess you could say Labyrinth is a problem card because it's
Well,
very cheesy. It's very high roll.
let's take it one at a time. So
Yeah, let's do big. Let's do
yeah,
Ira.
so the argument is Bandai doesn't want to ban boss
Monster.
monsters, so we could target Big Bang, but we have seen that you can still win with a deck without Big Bang. So I guess Alberto, like, what do you think could be hit in a ban list to limit the Ira supremacy? Because this is like Gigano aggro level of supremacy, I think. What do you think?
I don't know. It's difficult because in my opinion, Bandai doesn't ban anything because I think he can fix the meta with the expansion card that he released, like cost 2 magic to counter Hydra. I feel like that this card is very very strong. It's is very very good. Is make is we can have a response to an high roll Hydra that before we don't have it. Because Hydra, I think it is not banned, but I think Labyrinth is a problem. I think I don't know. Uh,
So
What do you
for
think, Hari?
yeah, for Ira specifically, Harry, how would you ban your own deck that you've won events with and topped?
Yeah. I guess for both it's interesting. It's like Karen said, going into Milan, we would have highlighted Big Bang a bit more as Gray into Ira is still very powerful, but it doesn't let you have those crazy turns where you just flood out a bunch of things. But we've seen that Ira is still strong even with Gray. It might be strong enough for Bandai to go against their trend of keeping the boss monsters safe. I tend to err on the side of limiting spirits or wanting spirits limited rather than banning them, so you can recur them in various ways. But Ira might be a bit too strong for that. Like, even if you have one of it, being able to Blazing Bore it back and Paler Forest it back might be a bit too much. So I would probably just ban Ira. Now, Bandai might do something a bit more hipster, maybe like limit Big Bang and limit Gray or something and see if that does it. But for Ira, you
but
can just outright ban it. And then for Hydra, I would agree with Alberto's assessment that Labyrinth is the problem. If you take Labyrinth out of the equation, then the Hydra deck is still quite high rolly, but it's very archetypal. Like, Ira can ascend and pop over any 6-drop, so over time it's going to get more and more powerful. Like, Alberto mained Mother Meadowbird, for example. Like, completely off color, you can ascend over it. There's so much you can do with Ira. Hydra is much more limited in that respect, but Labyrinth goes the other way, like we saw with the second place deck, where Labyrinth let you cheat out Frost Tigers. As time goes on and there's more ascent, like you can cheat out Turbo Rex, and that's just with what we have right now. So I think over time Labyrinth will become a problem as well. So I just ban Ira and Labyrinth, to be honest.
Something that's worth considering is that so obviously AT Field is very strong against Ira and Hydra.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when Bandai released the Ava cards, Set 4 wasn't even out yet. It's like Bandai knew Ira and Hydra was going to be very strong, so they made cards with immunity to spirit destruction. And we've seen in set 5, there's more cards with this card can't be destroyed by spirit, only spirit. I think Hydra, I think Labyrinth, the ramp effect is okay. It's very strong, but it's okay. I think the second effect to cheese out without ascending is too strong. It ignores the whole mechanic. Like, you
Yeah,
shouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
the funny thing is, like, even if you take away the level 2, I think like level 1 with the ramp is enough to build a deck around Hydra and still have an high roll deck that does pretty much the same thing. It would just take one more turn, perhaps. But yeah,
At least you do have to neg off the ascend in that instance, though. So it makes like Dream Bomb being the only response a bit less punishing. The Hydra deck is a bit resource deficient at times.
I
But
think
yeah,
that's
the deck
okay.
would still exist.
I think that's
Yeah.
okay because blue is not meant to have advantage. Like, blue doesn't have any +1. Strong draw 3, discard 2. It's not a +1. It's neutral.
Except
So
Star Blast Draw. Get that one too.
Star Blast Draw is. I mean, I would like to hear Alberto. What's your opinion on Star Blast Draw?
for me is a good card. Is a right card in the game because a lot of deck doesn't draw in his mechanics, and Starbless can give you some card. Yeah, in red is very strong. You draw 4 a lot of time, but I think there is no problem card. Ancient Draw is better, I think.
Oh, you heard it here.
Yeah. Ancient Draw is very
Ancient
very
Draw,
strong.
as in like it's it's better
In
if you ban Ancient Draw? Like you would
no,
ban?
no,
No?
I doesn't ban the draw card
Oh.
cards.
Yeah.
I think Ancient Draw's power buff is very underrated.
Yeah. In red, probably Ancient Draw is better than Starbreast, because we see 5 cards, in fact, and when we search for Ira, for Nova, we want it. That is better than only 4, and only in a burst effect.
Mm.
But I think Ira, returning to the discussion of Ira, I don't think is a good for the game banning Ira. Yes, it's good, but is a gatekeeper uh, for a deck that no funny. I remember the meta, or when we put Enterprise in the board and we can't do anything, and yeah, this is probably the same.
That is true. That is true. Like I think.
Alberto actually beat me in Ten Hug that way.
Oh,
If you remember,
really?
somebody Enterprise and I was playing red, and that was it. It was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. So you know, I don't think Bandai will do any like correction on text. Like we're saying, like, oh, just remove the second effect of Labyrinth. I don't think it's probably gonna happen.
No.
So if that doesn't happen, then would we be happy with like a limit to 1 for like Ira, Big Bang, Labyrinth?
Yeah.
Does
I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
Hydra?
just
Limit-
limit Big Bang and Labyrinth
Yeah.
for now. And then
Yeah,
keep the
like-
boss monsters in 4. See if that changes anything. At least if it's just grey, then you can counterplay it with Counter Sword. Like, whereas with Big Bang, you have to overthink about the thing that you're counter swording and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
Labyrinth is really the cheese.
I think
I-
I think also if you're Bandai, I mean Alberto said this. Bandai probably won't do anything because right now there is Canada this weekend. I think Australia the weekend after or this weekend, and then it's Pro Tour, and then there's a whole new set. So for 3 events, you might as well do nothing. Just leave it, and then the next set will come out, and then maybe look at it.
I think like at this point they're probably hoping like, there's so many new cards. Surely, players will get bored of playing Ira and Hydra and play these new cards. I don't know. Like I'm trying to reflect back on the X-Biter depths meta and like understand like how damaging was that for the game, and like how damaging is Hydra. Because I'm not gonna like I'm gonna be honest. Like I was one of those players on the weekend that was very frustrated with like playing Hydra, and I've been playing against it for quite a long time now, but like almost every conversation, each round was someone telling me they got high rolled by Hydra. And obviously, like maybe at times we tend to exaggerate. Maybe we don't get always high rolled. There's, obviously the player on the other side of the table kind of needs like some, skills, so don't want to diminish them. They still need to play it correctly, but it does feel like that kind of like
No skill.
no skill.
Pollen, labyrinth, no skill, none.
Yeah, at times it's like that. But do we think like we hit like a moment where it's like, okay, we need a ban list, otherwise we lose players? Because I don't know, like that, that could happen.
It can be as much about satisfaction compared to power level. Like, I think what made
Oh, the travel lodge internet.
the axe biter
Need to put another coin in the internet machine.
But yeah, like the axe biter depths deck was just frustrating to play against. It wasn't like overpowered. You could beat it, and certainly if you went into the set 3 meta, like yellow still would have beaten it, I imagine. but it was frustrating. So yeah, to answer your Hydra point, and Ira as well. Ira goes the same the other way, where it's like I have to either OTK you somehow, or you're gonna clap me back. So yeah, purely out of player satisfaction, they might address it, but I think it would come after the PT because there's a month where there's no tournaments, right? So that would be a good time for them to get a gauge on it.
I think in terms of the ban list, I think I'm going to be very cautious. I want to say Ovi Raptordon can come back, but we know in
Yes.
set 5 there's new pterosaurs. So I don't know.
Ah.
Maybe it can't come back. Maybe there's the new pterosaur X-ray and it's too good. But I also think Axbiter can come back in this meta. I think Axbiter's it's very strong against Hydra and Ira, but I think that's okay. I think that kind of counterplay is alright. Personally, I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. What do you think, Alberto?
I think the actually ban probably we can unban all cards. I think there is no problem. There is no sense that volcanic in one limit one in a meta.
Yeah.
Then I play one card that destroy everything, but a single card that use a soul core destroy 6,000. No sense for me.
What about Neverworld Depths?
Mm,
I
ne-
think Neverworld Depths. I think like Hydra would play that in an instance because they already play purple stuff, right? Like
yeah, but I think Netherworld Depths is a very very slow card, and this meta is very very weakly, very speed.
Mm.
And in a Ira meta where I can put Andromeda, I don't think Netherworld Depths is a problem. Yeah, in a mirror match like two white control, two purple, or like yellow versus purple. It, okay, is a problem. We can destroy it, but I think red is a gatekeeper for a lot of unfunly uh, matchup, unfunly deck. I hate yellow personally because
Alberto.
I don't like the mechanic that I put a card in my field, and okay, I put a card in my field, go in the face, go in the face, go in the face. Oh yeah, go in the face, regain life, go in the face, regain life. Oh, you have 2 life. I play Gamble 7, go in the face. You can don't have avalanche or dream bomb. Yeah, you win. I don't think it's
Yeah, unblockable blast was a dark time in
yeah
Battle Spirit Saga, I think.
yeah.
But
I don't like the
it's interesting to talk about like unbanning. Like to me, it's always funny to think like the conversation of should we unban Axe Biter, because I still think like how did that card came out in set 1? A card that says this card cannot be destroyed came out on the first set of the game. So talking about that, like we have seen spoilers for set 5, and honestly I'm super excited cuz this like dual color combinations, like it's something that players have been exploring this whole time, combining colors. But for the design of the game, actually combining colors is always not optimal because you rely on the reduction to build, your tempo and execute like a good mana curve. So having two colors is always like not like suboptimal. But now we've seen double color cards that have double color reduction and double color symbol. So really, the start of completely different deck types, deck mechanics, and deck building as well. So, I mean, with that in mind, Alberto, like, what are your first thoughts? Have you seen any set 5 cards? Are you, excited? Is there anything from original Battle Spirit that is coming in set 5 that you've seen?
mm, probably the two cost magic is a old card in the battle spirits. It's a very very strong card. Uh,
What's it called? Do
but
you
I don't
remember?
Sorry.
What's the name of the card? Yeah.
Sorry. I search it.
Is
Mhm.
it the
Don't
yellow
remember.
2 cost?
So, Crystalline Phantasm.
Ah, the white one, the bounce
Yeah, yeah.
Nexus, bounce spirit, yeah.
What does it do?
It's very, very good. In the burst effect, when opponent destroy one my spirits, I activate it. Bones Annexuses. In flash, we can pay the cost and select one opponent spirit. During this turn, your life cannot be reduced by that spirit attack. Yeah,
2 cost and
So
2 reduction.
oh,
two
nice.
cost to two cost to beat Hydra.
Or 0 cost in white.
Zero cost in white. None, because I think white will be very, very strong in BSS5 meta, because Tiger is why I have white armor. This is a white car. He can select the Tiger.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
white can take the 2 symbol attack for all opponent, but all opponent can take the second symbol for Tiger. Uh, it's a good spot for white.
Mm.
So Avalanche in main is gonna be a
Yeah, Avalanche is
requirement.
very, very good car. If I think if white would be a problem, every deck can side to Avalanche. I think.
But also, I guess the new white decks, they don't have like armor purple, so you card like Deadly Balance can sometimes just kill Frost Tiger by itself and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I think red purple deck can be strong. Like the third cost, the free cost that when the free cost purple that when we die can destroy Nexus in chain red. I think is very, very strong.
Is that the
Is a
one with?
very, very good.
Oh no, there's another one that has Confront and Curse. It costs 3, I think.
Yeah,
That looks pretty cool as well. I think that's very Harry
I think it's a bit
vibe.
slow.
Red and
Yeah.
purple, it's very Harry vibe. I think.
is a very, very big.
I'm
Is a
excited.
very